But now, my friends, I did want to go ahead and move on to the next portion of my stream, and that is covering the fact that Dwayne Johnson will no longer be playing Black Adam or be part of the DC, as he says it, he describes it, DC's first new chapter. Okay? And I'm reading this via Deadline chat. And it's also been updated, apparently, with James Gunn's reaction. You know, he's been in the news lately. People have been talking about him. Talked about him earlier today on DT Gameplay. Check out that discussion. Dwayne Johnson took to social media Wednesday to make it official that he heard from DC Studio co-head James Gunn and that Black Adam won't be part of the first phase of DC's new plans. However, DC and Steve Bucks have agreed to continue exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in future DC multiverse chapters. Interesting. They're saying multiverse here, Johnson wrote today. This news comes in the wake of Gunn and DC co-boss Peter Safran announcing Henry Cavill won't be part of the next early days Superman movie. Good. Despite the actor announcing his return to the Cape with Warner Brothers. That Gunn is pending. That news came amid other big reveals, i.e. that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is being sidelined, that Black Adam will break even. I doubt it. That movie ain't breaking even. It flopped, Chad. Black Adam flopped. It flopped. Black Adam, which now count more than $91 million in global gross, is now available to watch now on HBO Max. It needs to make $400 million to break even, chat. And even at that, like even if it hits 400, I'm not sure. It flopped. Gunn has been busy on Twitter this week responding to the outcry of DC fans over the new regime, defending himself from Justice League star Ray Fisher and waving off claim. By the way, Ray Fisher's comment, very inappropriate. Just I don't know what that guy. Listen, Ray Fisher was not treated well on Justice League or by Warner Brothers. That is obvious. But the stuff that he's been saying recently, I'm like, I don't know what his end game is. But, you know, he is not in the know, and attacking James Gunn online, extraordinarily unprofessional. Extraordinarily unprofessional, Chad. I mean, I get it. He's Zack Snyder's kid now. He's going to be in all Zack Snyder's movies. I know he's going to be in Rebel Moon, but, yeah, that was not classy. That was not classy at all. And we all claims that Gal Gadot was fired from Wonder Woman 3. On Tuesday, he retweeted Johnson's post, adding love, The Rock, and I'm always excited to see when he and Steve Bucks do next. Can't wait to collaborate soon. Johnson's note can be found above and described below. My passionate friends. This is the Rock statement. My passionate friends, I want to give you a long-awaited Black Adam update regarding the character's future in the new DC universe. James Gunn and I connected, and Black Adam will not be in the first chapter of storytelling. However, DC and Steven Bucks have agreed to continue exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in the future DC multiverse chapters. James and I want to and I've known each other for years, and I always rooted for each other to succeed. It's no different now. I always root for DC and Marvel to win and win big. You guys know me, and I have very thick skin. That is absolutely not true. Now listen, I'm like, all right, this is a nice statement. He's doing, this is nice. He's being classy, but that is a lie. Listen, he is, listen, and we all are, like creatives in general, we're very sensitive. There's no doubt about that. You know, especially actors, all right, and directors. That is just not true. You know, you guys know me. I have a very thick skin. I mean, literally, he probably has a very thick skin. I mean, he's huge, but figuratively, no. And you can always count on me to be direct with my words. These decisions made by James and DC leadership represent their vision of DCU through the creative lens. After 15 years of relentless hard work to finally make Black Adam, I'm proud of the film he delivered for fans worldwide. I always look back on the fan reaction to Black Adam with tremendous gratitude, humility, and love. We did great. To my very passionate, vocal Black Adam superhero genre fans, I love you, thank you, and I always listen to you and do my best to deliver and entertain you. What a hell of a month. Now we all need some Terramana. I don't know what that means. Have a productive week and happy holidays to you and your families, DJ. You know, I feel like the statement he made, it's been weird at The Rock. So, you know, he's been lying online, putting out false financial information for the film, saying that it's made a profit like $100 million where it just hasn't, chat. I mean, that's a fact. It's barely going to break even and probably is still going to flop, you know? And, you know, he's even at the back in the past, he went behind, you know, the heads of Warner Brothers to get Henry Cavill back into Superman, and that's fallen apart, chat. You know, it's, you know, he's gotten himself in some hot water and some trouble. You know, other than the statement he made was like, I have a thick skin. That is just not true. Most of his statement, I think, is very classy. You know, I do like that. But, you know, when it comes down to it, what's so frustrating is like this film it's been in development for 17, 15 years. Like, this movie was announced when, like, what? Right before Iron Man: The Dark Knight. It was like announced in 2007, 2006. Like, before we kind of got the modern age of the superhero film introduced to us via Iron Man and The Dark Knight, right? You can also argue Batman Begins, but I like to say The Dark Knight, just, for the sake of convenience. 2008. I like to think 2008 is the year we got the modern age superhero film. And the movie was delivered, and I was not impressed by it. I thought it was pretty disappointing. It feels old. It feels like a movie from, well, that time period. It feels like a superhero film that would have come out in the late 90s or the early 2000s. And the fact that you had so much time, a decade and a half to work on this is the best you can do, that's disappointing to me. And the way in which allegedly The Rock has been very dismissive of Shazam, and not wanting to appear in that film series and instead want to go up against Superman. It's like, at the end of the day, Black Adam is a Shazam villain. Okay? That's what he is. I'm not against the idea of a Black Adam movie. Not at all. I want a good one. But that's what you are. You are a Shazam villain. And you can't just sideline the hero that you're supposed to go up against because to feed your own ego want to go up against Superman. That never made any sense to me. So a lot of this is self-inflicted. A lot of this is the fact that the movie was just bad shit and underperformed. And, why would they want to, and, because I know there's fans of the movie out there, but I understand the business. And it's like, why would you want to go forward with something like this when it didn't make money, when it was a commercial failure, when it was a critical failure? It's like, yeah, you don't. Warner Brothers can't keep losing money on their big superhero projects. That's why they're keeping the ones that are successful, at least the ones that are on the outside of this new universe, like the Batman, Joker, and they're moving forward. I think all these, eventually what's going to happen is all these people are going to get recast. I mean, now it's coming out faster than even I expected. Henry Cavill and now Dwayne Johnson, he says, I might come back, but I'm like, I doubt it. I don't think that's happening. And I think eventually everyone else is going to be recast. Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller absolutely is. After the movie comes out, they'll be like, all right, he's gone. There's no doubt. I think Jason Momoa is probably recast as Aquaman, but it looks like he's going to be Lobo. At least that's the rumor. But in any case, this is for the best. This is for the best. It's disappointing. I didn't want a bad Black Adam movie. But that's, in my opinion, sadly what we got. And this is the result of it. And they can't be attached to like a failure like this moving forward. So I think it's very reasonable that they canceled this sequel and that Dwayne Johnson's moving on to other projects. Dwayne Johnson's gonna be fine, chat. But the other thing is I wanted to bring up. I do feel like for a long time, people have overestimated Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's star power. Everyone said he's the biggest movie star in the world. I'm like, is he though? Really? I mean, he's been in big films. He's attached himself to big franchises we brought up earlier during the stream, like Jumanji and The Fast and Furious. The Mummy was brought up before, but his other, like a lot of his other projects, especially like a lot of his comedies, his other standalone action films, like never been like huge commercial successes. I mean, was Skyscraper huge? Was Baywatch huge? I mean, I don't think they were. I mean, I could be wrong. I know Baywatch specifically was not doing very well. Super Pets was a financial failure, chat. That didn't do well either. Even though I've heard from people it was actually pretty good. So yeah, I feel like this whole perception, I've said this for a long time, the whole idea of the movie star, I don't think there's been like a quote-unquote movie star for a long time. Not to dismiss actors and their contributions to film. Of course, they're fantastic. I just feel like you just can't rely on someone's name to sell a movie. I'd be like, I don't like that whole idea. Like, I'm going to put up some pretty visuals to put my name on it, and therefore you should go see me. It's like, no, you got to give me a reason to see your movie. Like, let me show the performances. Show the spectacle, but like make it interesting. As an aside, like I recently just saw the Oppenheimer teaser trailer, did a reaction to that, and it literally just has some pretty images and Christopher Nolan's name. I'm just like, you need more than that, dude. So, in any case, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked by this news. I think this was a long time coming. It's just long time coming. It's crazy that this movie came out in October, and now they're like, nope, we are not continuing on with this. So yeah, it is what it is, chat. I'm not surprised, and I mean, I did not feel particularly excited to see a sequel to this because I did not like this movie. But I'm hoping for the best. But yeah, I think not to say that we can't get a Black Adam movie again or have him go up against Shazam. I think that'd be cool. I would not cast The Rock as Black Adam. I would recast the role. I didn't feel like his performance was all that very interesting. He was just kind of himself, except a little more, a little more mean. Outside of that, I thought he was kind of dull. So if they wanted to go ahead and recast, I'm good. I'm good with that. But what about you guys? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this news with Black Adam, the series, and just the character not continuing on, at least for right now, at DC?